But all performance is really a contract, right, with the audience. You have a contract with them. So the audience comes in and they see you on stage with a laptop. And it's like what Chiara was saying before about how you can literally just do anything, right? If you've got a laptop with you, and what happens when you walk out into that context is you don't have a contract of expectation with the audience. If the audience walks in and they see you standing on stage with a violin, then you're a human being and you've got this thing with 4 strings, and everybody's got kind of a vague idea of what's possible with that physical system. And then if you surpass that expectation, you achieve virtuosity, right? So we're kind of obsessed with this idea that we're watching that. And so when I would go on stage with a laptop back then, I could be doing my tax, like nobody really understands. Nobody really understands. And also there's this weird thing where, like Chiara said, anything can come out of the speakers. Anything at all.
Yes.
And so because you don't have that relationship, what I was going to get to, sorry, to wind up my point, I talk too much all the time, but to wind up my point, this idea of live hardware, the important thing is live. So to me, with laptops and hardware, it doesn't really matter. It could be live software, live hardware. The important thing is live. The important thing is something's at stake on stage, so that and people need to understand that so that they can get into the idea that that could go wrong. And then you've got an empathy loop with the audience where they're like, oh my God, we're all in this together. This could crash and burn, right? And I think that's what's missing in the functionality of a DJ set, where a DJ's, and we were having a great conversation about how, because I don't DJ, and I'm obsessed with what you said about, you've got to read a room as a DJ the same way you might change your decisions as a live performer. And how do you even do that? Like, that's alchemy. That's like a real sort of empathy loop thing. But so I think that liveness for me is kind of the important thing.